What's up everyone? Today we're at Independence Park, formerly known as Van Horst, and I'm here with Nick Carl to film a local route on a course that I helped design, and check it out. Here we go.
Welcome to Independence Park in Bedford, Virginia. This is a public course around a large pond that comes into play on a few holes. There are 2 tee pad locations, and since Paul helped design the long tees, those are the ones he and Nick are going to play from today. There are also 2 pin positions, so they're playing from the B position today. This is a favorite course of ours because it is considered a pro layout with shots similar to what we see on tour. Just make sure that you're going to wear the right shoes because after this amazing shot from Paul, you'll see why. This is mostly a wooded course and doesn't get a lot of sunlight, so we have a lot of mud and, relatively new. Just be careful. Our area has a lot of beginner courses, so being able to practice here is great for distance with accuracy. We love the OB creeks that flow throughout the course, and as always, the elevation change is the natural obstacle found on each fairway.
I almost aced it.
Independence hasn't been around for a long time, but it's always when we show off to friends who come through the area. Whether it's a forehand, like we just saw from Paul, or a hyzer flip, or just that classic hyzer down the long wooded fairway, this course has U-shaping shots at different speeds, which is the exact kind of practice we need in preparation for the Pro Tour. My favorite part is always how quiet the park is. There are running trails and there's places to fish or have a cookout with your family, but the disc golf course is never busy. So if you want to practice putting or rethrow a hole or 2, you're not worried because you don't feel like you're holding anyone up. And this is a great example of the practice that I talked about. So Nick's shot is good, but suddenly he realizes it's high or maybe too much speed, not enough angle. So now it's headed down the hillside to the left. Paul gets a lot of angle on his, but will find himself down on the right putting for birdie. You just learn how to read greens and trust your discs in different situations, and that has helped me so much. Another part of this course is the workout you get. You are essentially hiking up and down a big hillside, and if you're throwing multiple shots on each hole and you're playing a full 18, you need to be ready. I always bring snacks to this course because it definitely takes a while and I just get hangry. I noticed the guys like to use this course to test the effects of elevation on their lower speed discs. So Nick Carl throwing a mid or then Paul following it up with a Luna. I think Paul may have even thrown a roller here during the battle for Bedford. Either way, this par 4 is all about placement and being able to control your disc all the way down so you have that great look for your second shot, whether you choose the backhand or the forehand approach. You want to make sure you're giving yourself a good run for it. Side note, the fence on the right is usually OB. This is a good example of Paul and Nick throwing different shots on the same hole. This is a long par 3 and you've just come off of a hole with a wide fairway, so staying in control is key, but it can be tricky. This course has helped me get comfortable not only on tight fairways, but long tight fairways. At first, I didn't even think that I would ever play here, but now I come here all the time. And I also need to shout out Bedford Parks and Rec because they've done a good job clearing the rough areas. So Nick Carl and Paul will find themselves a bit off the fairway. But even if you do, the chances are you can still scramble because of how well they maintain this course. And this takes us to the water holes. If you're thinking you've seen this shot before, you are right. On the left is that tight wooded fairway we saw earlier in the course, and now on the right is that long water carry. How cool is that? I mean, a public park that's free to play, not super crowded, and we get to practice on pro layouts with shots like this. It's a special place, but hole 18 is my favorite. It is the long water carry and it ties everything together. Control, distance, angle, speed, and most importantly, trust. Both of them are going to clear the water, but I've seen many people lose discs here. Either they're being aggressive or put their disc on the wrong angle, maybe don't aim well. This is the perfect finishing hole because if you don't learn from the other 17, you can lose your disc, but it is the best feeling when everything comes together and your shot lands safely on the other side. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Now over to Paul and Nick.
Thanks for watching. This was Nick Carl's first time playing the B positions. What'd you think?
I thought it was really fun. It's definitely a shorter course than the A position, I think, with more par threes.
Yeah,
I would say.
Par threes.
But super fun, very heavily wooded, and just like all around great course.
Awesome. If you enjoyed it, be sure to go back and watch some of the previous local routes to see the courses we have in the Bedford and Lynchburg area. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tune in for the next one.
Tell somebody you love them.
I was gonna say.